Live from the Kennedy Greenhouse Studio, this is SGTV News 4.
Welcome to Friday Morning Live. Coming up this morning, COVID tests continually delayed. How Prisma plans to overcome this problem? We have the details. Also, the Gamecock women's basketball is coming off just their second loss of the season. How would they respond? Sports headlines you don't want to miss. And finally, your heart might want a Bruno Mars as it's Valentine, but could your wallet survive it? Stay tuned.
It is looking pretty miserable out in Columbia today, and let me tell you, those conditions aren't going anywhere. Stay tuned for a look at your weekend forecast, this time on Friday Morning Live.
I'm Kaylee Olivas.
And I'm Frank Martinez. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Confusion and frustration ran rampant through the Midlands as thousands of COVID vaccination appointments were delayed this last week. According to MUSC's Chief Quality Officer, 3,000 doses were received, which was only enough to cover Monday's appointments. The shortage of vaccines caused about 8,000 appointments to be rescheduled and/or canceled altogether. Prisma Health also canceled walk-in appointments unless it was for those who needed their second dose, but even that was dependent upon vaccine supply. For anyone who had their vaccine appointment canceled or if the vaccination site was closed due to supply, Prisma Health officials are urging those to bring their appointment confirmation with them as they will try to honor the appointment.
Just yesterday, a Columbia lawyer lost his license for several forms of misconduct, including making false statements in court and misinterpreting clients. Mark Sheen makes a very short list of SE lawyers who have lost their licenses. Now a lot of his cases are being put into question, especially as he has represented several important people, including former Columbia Police Chief Randy Scott, who faced drug charges. Now some of Sheen's cases are being looked into by the Supreme Court to double-check decisions made and ensure they are correct.
A suspect has been charged in connection to the kidnapping of 2-year-old Carly Folk and her family dog. Casey Department of Public Safety Chief Byron Snellgrove says that Shaheem Malik Phillips has been charged with vehicle theft and kidnapping as of Wednesday night. Folk and her puppy were found safe inside the vehicle at 12:04 Wednesday morning in the Gaston area. Snellgrove stated that he is proud of his department, that his team acted quickly and followed every lead they had received. Anyone with any further information on the case is asked to call the Casey Department of Public Safety at 803-794-0456. You can also report anonymously by calling 1-888-CRIME-SC.
Monday will be USC's first Wellness Day, part of the new COVID reform version of spring break, and university officials have told to be on the lookout for large gatherings around the area. Community Outreach Director at USC, Julian Capel, wants to encourage surrounding neighborhoods to report any suspicious activities that may lead to large gatherings. Students are encouraged to self-care and stay within a small group while practicing COVID regulations. This is in order to ensure the safety of students and those surrounding the Columbia campus. USC spokesman Jeff Stetzlin supports the claim that the university does not plan to have an abnormal number of gatherings in and around campus, this including the Five Points area. So, how are you going to be spending your Wellness Day?
Definitely not in 5 Points. I most likely will be spending it in my bed with a face mask. I think after this semester and having to deal with the pandemic in college, a face mask and a day in bed is the way to go.
Much needed. Much needed.
Well, after the break, we'll hear from Shari Adams with your entertainment news. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Friday Morning Live. Let's head over to Shari Adams with some entertainment news.
Thanks, Kaylee. Let us jump right into our Flashback Friday. We're still celebrating Black History Month, and I recently found out that Rosa Parks was not the first woman to refuse to give up her seat on the bus, which is something a lot of us are taught in school. It was Claudette Colvin. Colvin was a 15-year-old schoolgirl who had recently been studying leaders such as Harriet Tubman when she decided to be a leader herself. The bus driver asked her to move seats, and she refused. I felt like Harriet Tubman was on one side pushing me down, and Sojourner Truth was on the other pushing me down. I couldn't get up, said Colvin.
I mean, Wow, that is definitely something that I've always been taught, is that it has been Rosa Parks to be the first African-American woman to refuse her seat. It's interesting to see that it actually wasn't.
Right. I did read that like the NAACP thought it would be a good idea to use Rosa Parks because she was the secretary, so she'd be a good face for the movement. But I just think that's great that she was 15 years old and she decided to do something like that.
Oh, absolutely. Definitely a role model to all young women.
With Valentine's Day this weekend, terms such as "I can't get you out of my head" are being taken to new heights. At least that's the case for Tessica Brown, also known as Gorilla Glue Woman. Brown, in an effort to slick her ponytail for a better hold, added a new product into her hair regimen, Gorilla Glue. Brown has tried numerous tactics to try to get the glue out of her head, even visiting the hospital. However, TMZ reported she was able to remove the glue from her head with help from a surgeon who opted to do it for free.
This is a story that I have been up to date on with TikTok. I can't even believe like what was going through her mind when she thought, well, I don't have my normal product, let me just use Gorilla Glue.
No, yeah. I mean, there is a glue that has a gorilla on it, so I thought maybe,
okay.
But this says adhesive, and that says
Yeah.
hair gel. So.
Well, good for her then.
No,
for
yeah,
getting it
she
out of her
finally
hair.
got it out of her hair after a while. In other news, it's a beautiful night and we're looking for something dumb to do. In the words of famous singer Bruno Mars, or was that Chinwoo Azunwoo, the Bruno Mars impersonator who was charged with third-degree felony after scamming a North Texas woman out of $100,000. The 63-year-old North Texas woman claims she thought she was pursuing a relationship with the real Bruno Mars. She says she received a number of texts and photos from Mars's recent tour where she was promised he would quit the tour for her. The woman was then asked for a $10,000 check for a friend of the band and then a $90,000 check for other expenses.
He must look exactly like Bruno Mars.
No, he looks nothing like
What?
I just think it was more of like, because I know that Bruno Mars DM'd her, so I guess being older, you're on Instagram, like you're just not sure.
You have to look for those verified check marks
Especially
nowadays.
if you're giving money.
Yes. Oh my God, $100,000. She better get her money back.
Yeah.
Good God. Well, thanks so much, Shari. After the break, we'll hear from Cade Crenshaw with sports. Stick around.
Welcome back to Friday Morning Live. I'm Cade Crenshaw. After Monday night's game at UConn, the South Carolina women's basketball team was in a position that they had been in just 2 times over the last year, and that's coming off a loss. The number 2 ranked Huskies took down the Gamecocks in overtime on Monday, but South Carolina took their chance at redeeming themselves last night back in Colonial Life Arena against Missouri. The top-ranked Gamecocks topped the Tigers last night 77-62, keeping their perfect SEC record intact at 11-0. Now, looking at the schedule, there's only 5 regular season games left for the Gamecocks, so if you haven't gone to cheer on the ladies yet, your time's running out. And if you're still looking for those Valentine's Day plans coming up this Sunday, well, Dawn Staley's squad will be tipping off with LSU at noon. Over to football news, one former Clemson quarterback is now going to play in Canada. The Toronto Argonauts of the Canadian Football League announced this week that they have signed former Tigers quarterback Kelly Bryant. Bryant played at Clemson from 2015 to 2018 and led the Tigers to the 2017 ACC Championship and a spot in the college football playoff before he transferred to Missouri his senior season. Now, even though Bryant is heading north, he will see a familiar face on the field in former Clemson wide receiver Martavis Bryant, who signed with the Argonauts in January. And obviously, family ties are important to have when you move to a new place. Well, luckily for Kelly Bryant, he and Martavis are also cousins. That's all I have for you guys this week. After the break, we'll hear from Bryce Glenn with your weekend weather. Stay close.
Welcome back to Friday Morning Live. We're here with our weatherman, Bryce. So Bryce, tell us, how's the weather going to be? Is it going to get any better from what it is now?
Well, if you mean better by getting a little bit warmer, then yes, it will get warmer over the course of the weekend. Not too much warmer. It's only going to be in the 40s for today and tomorrow. But after that, we can expect a little jump in temperatures. But as of right now, we're going to have some spotty showers throughout the day today. A nice cold and rainy weekend, like I was saying previously. And then a jump in temperatures Tuesday, not too much, not going to be above 60, but it'll definitely be noticeable. And then a warm and rainy week ahead of us. Our high temperature trend for the week today will start out with a high of 48. We'll move down to Saturday at 42. Not very warm there. 49 on Sunday, same idea Monday at 49, jump up to 59 on Tuesday. That was that jump in temperatures I was talking about. And then 58 on Wednesday, showers on all those days as well. Today in South Carolina, our highs are not too terribly high. In Greenville, we are at 46, 41 in Rock Hill, 45 in Greenwood, only 45 in Florence and Sumter. Columbia here at home, we're at 46. Orangeburg, we're at 50. Aiken will be at 48. Along the coast, a little bit cooler in Myrtle Beach at 48, 57 in Charleston, and warmer in Hilton Head at 61. Right now in Columbia, it's only 40 degrees. It feels like 39. We have a northeast wind of 9 miles per hour, giving us that little bit of wind chill there. Our humidity is at 89% because of that rain. Mostly cloudy skies, a lot of showers going on as well around Columbia. Our local time is 10:17 a.m. and our rain chance is 56%. For the week ahead, today it's rainy. Showers are very likely throughout the day at 48 degrees. Chilly and rainy tomorrow as well at only 42 degrees. Sunday, maybe see the sun pop out a few times, but we have showers throughout the day as well. Then for our Valentine's Day, and then on Monday, we'll be at 49 degrees, possible rain. Showers likely again on Tuesday at 59, and then we might see the sun pop out Wednesday at 58 degrees. Back to you guys.
Welcome back to Friday Morning Live. Before we go, today's Feline Friday actually features my cat, Aurora. Aurora is a tabby cat out from Columbia, South Carolina. She loves chasing her laser pointer, taking walks around the horseshoe, and snoozing in the sun. Fun fact, Aurora's birthday is in 2 weeks, and she is turning 1. I'm very excited. Cannot wait to get her some gifts.
What do you plan on getting your lovely cat?
Well, considering I take her around the horseshoe a lot and it's rainy, probably a rain jacket. She's gonna need it.
Good idea.
Well, thanks so much for tuning into Friday Morning Live. Make sure to follow us on Twitter at SGTV News 4 to keep up to date on all things USC. For SGTV News 4, I'm Kaylee Olivas.
And I'm Frank Martinez. Have a good week in Carolina.
Forever to thee.